Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are continuing NHL prospect discussions this offseason. We've been having a lot of fun, and as you can probably check out my community tab, I put a post up saying what teams do you want to see me cover next, and I'll do them kind of in order of that way and how you guys vote when it comes to their top 10 prospects of their prospect pool. And you guys chose the Colorado Avalanche by a significant margin. I believe it was right around 35% comparing to all the others. That was between 15 and 20, so really strong. Everyone likes the Avs. I know I do. I'm sure you do as well for watching this. And the Avs are in a great spot because they don't just have a stellar prospect pool as it is, they have a fantastic lineup. They're going to be a Stanley Cup contender next year, no doubt in my mind. Many people believe them to win the cup over the next couple of years, if not more than once, and I don't blame them. They have an amazing roster led by Nathan MacKinnon, arguably the best player in the entire NHL, many would argue. So they have a great foundation set as it is with this young core group, and they have an amazing prospect pool to back it up. So when you talk about depth, look no further than the Colorado Avalanche. They have so much depth. So make sure to stay until the end of the video, find out all the deets and all my thoughts on their top 10 prospects. And also make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you end up enjoying this kind of hockey content. These videos do take quite a bit to make, so any love would really be appreciated. And trust me, you won't regret it. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into this video. Starting off at number 10, we have the speed demon himself, JEAN-LUC FOUDY. The 18-year-old centerman drafted in the third round in the 2020 NHL draft, who had an upside of really being a late first, if not early second round talent by many, falls all the way to the third round to the Avalanche, and boy oh boy do they get themselves a stud here. Quite the steal to start off this ranking if you ask me. FOUDY, if you don't know him, he is the younger brother of Liam FOUDY, who is a very young promising player forward for the Columbus Blue Jackets. So FOUDY following in the footsteps of his brother a bit, but he's known for his speed. Arguably the fastest player in the entire 2020 NHL draft class, FOUDY uses his speed to his advantage by far and going into that offensive zone, blowing past defensemen, and uses his great passing and playmaking ability to his advantage as well. Really a guy that has great tools, could work on his shot a little bit, but isn't bad by any means either. In the OHL, in 59 games played this past season, FOUDY had 15 goals, 28 assists for 43 points. The year prior, however, he had 49 points in 63 games, including 8 goals and 41 assists. So when it comes to FOUDY's game, the potential's there. The speed is really going to help propel him to that next level. I'm fully confident in him really being a solid top 9 forward in the NHL one day. It's just a matter of rounding out his game a little bit more, but he has some great explosiveness in that offensive zone. And if I'm the Avs, I should be ecstatic about a guy like FOUDY, especially landing him in the third round. Next up at number 9, we have another forward, and this is right winger, bigger bodied comparing to FOUDY for sure, and that is SAMPO RANTA, the Finnish right winger, 20 years of age, drafted in the third round as well, but back in 2018. Big body, strong on the puck as well, playing for the University of Minnesota this past year. The 6'2", 190-pounder, if I didn't mention that already, in 35 games played, had 12 goals, 8 assists for 20 points. The year prior, however, he had 36 points. In 36 games, he had 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. What a tongue twister. But this year thus far, in the 2020-2021 season, for playing at the University of Minnesota, he has 1 goal in 2 games. So strong numbers there as well. So when it comes to RANTA and his game, the potential is definitely there. It's just kind of the matter of rounding out his game a bit. He does have a decent two-way game as it is. He's one that isn't overly flashy. He doesn't do anything too crazy in that offensive zone, but he's a well-rounded winger. That is another guy, along with multiple right winger prospects for the Avalanche that you may see in this video, that have potential to really be a top 9 winger in the NHL one day. So we'll see what the future holds for RANTA, but a lot of promise, has a strong overall game. Nothing too flashy as I mentioned, but if he can just work on a little bit of balancing out his game while taking advantage more of his body and putting on some more size, because he does have great size as it is, then I really think he does have potential to be impact on the Avs over these next 5 years, but time will tell. Next up at number 8, we have another forward, and this is another right winger in BEAUCAGE. I could have said his name wrong, I apologize, but nonetheless, the 19-year-old was drafted in the third round back in 2019. 196 pounds, 6'1", solid size as well. Really another guy that takes advantage of his size. He's a full-on power forward for the most part, and playing in the QMJHL this past season, the same team playing with Alexis Lafreniere, no less. In 63 games played, had 40 goals, 30 assists for 70 points. The year prior, in 68 games played, he had 39 goals, 40 assists for 79 points. So a slight decrease in point production, but really consistent overall. And he has 20 points, including 14 goals in 13 games to start off the 2020-2021 season in the QMJHL. This guy has superb goal scoring ability, a guy that would really be a lot higher, top 5 prospect for sure for multiple other teams, but given how deep this Avalanche team is, I really couldn't justify putting him past 8 as of now. But he is a guy that is expected to hit the the AHL sooner rather than later, and is another guy with some strong top 9, if not top 6 talent to be a goal scoring winner, an overall balanced winner as well. That really is a strong power forward. He's not afraid to get in the nitty gritty by any means. He's so hard on the puck on one-on-one and has a lethal shot that I really think is going to help transition to the pro hockey level, playing in the AHL for some time and then the NHL. That is my assumption at least. So be on the lookout for Alex. A lot of potential behind him as well, and could be a sleeper given how deep this prospect pool is. Next up at number 7, we have one of my more coveted prospects, in my opinion, out of this entire prospect pool, and that is Shane Bowers. Shane Bowers, who was originally drafted by the Ottawa Senators back in 2017, was part of one of the deals with the Avalanche, as we know. Bowers, the 21-year-old, is 6'2", 186 pounds. He was drafted in the first round, as I mentioned, in 2017. A really speedy centerman with some strong playmaking ability for sure. Really takes advantage of having that speed on his side, no question. Playing in the AHL this past season, in 48 games played, he had 10 goals, 17 assists for 27 points. The year prior, playing in his last year in Boston University in 37 games played, he had 11 goals, 10 assists for 21 points. So a little bit of a down year comparing to how he did the year prior, 2 years ago, I should say, in BU, but nonetheless, still strong numbers. And then also played 4 games in the AHL with no points back in the 2018-2019 season, along with BU once he was done there. So overall, Shane Bowers is another guy that one could argue is deserving to be higher, and I don't blame them. He really has superb speed. He has strong playmaking ability. He can help you out, whether it's 5-on-5 or on special teams, both ways. Truly another well-balanced forward that has the potential to really help round out his game some more defensively speaking. At the pro level, I expect him to be in the NHL within these next year or two, as a guy that really has done strong in the AHL in just his debut season, and really I can see making the jump. It's just difficult given how deep this Colorado Avalanche team is as of now. So we'll see what the future holds for Bowers, but another strong prospect, and one I'm really excited to see what he's going to do, assuming he hits the NHL level. At number 6, and one could argue, Tyler, why do you have Conor Timmins all the way at 6 for the Avs over a guy like Shane Bowers? Well, Timmins is a guy that, if you put his injuries aside, he has a fantastic ability and fantastic potential at the NHL level. If you guys don't know him, Conor Timmins, the right-handed defenseman, 22 years of age, 6'2", 185 pounds, drafted in the 2017 draft, like Bowers, but this time in the second round and originally to the Avs. In the AHL this past season, 40 games played, he had 3 goals, 24 assists for 27 points, and also had a cup of coffee in the AHL, including 2 NHL playoff games this past year, or at least part of that qualifying round. I'm forgetting which games they were exactly. But in the year prior, the 2018-2019 season, he didn't play 1 game as he was rehabbing from some really significant injuries. His comeback has been a great story, and is a guy that really, up until his injury, was viewed as one of the most coveted two-way defensive prospects in the NHL today. And he is definitely getting overlooked because of his long-term injury. And as long as he can stay healthy, he's going to make a shot. He's going to make his try to crack the lineup for the Avs next season. It won't be easy given their depth as of right now, as they also have guys currently like Ian Cole, Eric Johnson at the time of recording this still in the lineup, and you have guys like Devon Toews, who they just traded for, who's going to be in that lineup, no doubt. So Timmins might be on the outside looking in, but I expect him to get more playing time at the NHL level, and barring any trades, he's going to be the first defenseman in my mind to be called up and really get some significant playing time. He already got a cup of coffee. He has great two-way ability, such an explosive defenseman in the offensive zone, a smooth skater as well, can command the power play as a quarterback if need be, and is really a guy that is going to get overshadowed by the Makars, the Byrams of the world on that blue line with his offensive ability. So look out, guys. Timmins is healthy, and he is going to be a problem. Next up, at number 5, we have goaltender Justus Annunen. I've talked about him in previous videos as well, including, I don't know, maybe my top 10 goaltender rankings for the 2020 NHL prospects as a whole. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. But Annunen, what a prospect he has been. Playing in Liga, he had his debut season this past year, and what a season it was. But when you look at him, another one of these guys that, because he's from Finland, is serving in the military, or at least he did. And that's very impressive as it is to do that while balancing out your overall play as a young potential NHL player one day. So very impressive there with all the hard work he puts in. But the 20-year-old goaltender, he's 6'3", 200 pounds, was drafted in the 3rd round back in 2018. And in Liga this past season, in 23 games played, had 15 goals, 5 assists, 15 wins, 15 losses, 3 overtime losses, and he had a goals allowed average of 1.77 and a save percentage of 929. As a rookie in Liga, that was his first official season, gained significant time in Liga, fantastic numbers, in one of the best leagues in all of the NHL outside of North America when it comes to Europe for men's hockey. But this year, thus far, when it comes to his overall game, in 8 games played, he has 4 wins, 2 losses, and 2 overtime losses, a goals average of 2.24, and a save percentage at 890 in the 2020-2021 season, I should say. So not bad numbers. Save percentage isn't great, but it's still early, and he is keeping the goals average down, which is good. But when it comes to this past year, at least, you know, in the 2018-2019 season, he only played 1 game in League Up because he was playing in the Mestis League before that, which is basically, I'm pretty sure that is the league right below before you enter Liga. If that is the case, and not bad either, but really didn't get that big taste of pro men's hockey until this past season. So awesome numbers for him, a guy that has potential to really be the next long-term goaltender for the Avalanche, really, since a guy like Semyon Varlamov. So we'll see what the future holds. I'm excited for Annunen. He has a great overall goaltending ability, a big body goaltender as well that uses his size for sure, has a strong glove hand, is nimble on his legs as well, can drop down pretty easily. His overall takes up a big part of the net for sure, and is a guy that I'm really excited to see him have that potential to be the next starter in Colorado as they continue this win now stage over these next 5+ years. At number 4, we have a guy that many may argue, why do you have him already in your top 5? Well, Justin Barron is really a jack of all trades and is a player that, like Timmins, discount his injuries, all the potential is there when it comes to Justin Barron, if not more. So let's get into Justin Barron. He was a first-round draft pick in 2020, fell in the latter half of the first round, but a guy that surely looked like a top 15 potential prospect until he suffered a blood clot just over this past year, which really put him back, and many people had him outside of the first round, but Joe Sakic still took him in the first round, and good for them because Barron is another steal, no doubt in my mind. Really jack of all trades, as I mentioned. When you look at Barron's numbers here, when it comes to a guy like him, the right-hand defenseman, 19 years of age, he's 6'2", so he has some size, 198 pounds. In the QMJHL this past year, in 34 games played, he had 4 goals, 15 assists for 19 points. The year prior, in the 18-19 season, had 68 games played, 9 goals, 32 assists for 41 points, and thus far in this season, the 2020-2021 season, he has 7 points in 8 games, almost point per game, a great start to his 4th year, I believe, in the QMJHL, and Barron can really do it all for you. He can help you on the defensive zone. He's really sound when it comes to his 200-foot game. He can be your power play quarterback if need be. He's a great playmaker. He's a great passer overall, and has a strong shot. He really does have it all, and another guy that comes into this great mix of two-way / offensive defensemen that the Avs currently have in their prospect pool and in the lineup. And just like that, they're going to be so dominant for quite some time. It is scary. But Justin Barron, a guy that definitely has potential to be a top 4 defenseman in my mind, is a guy you should be paying more attention to because a lot of people fell on him, and I didn't have as much praise on him as I did over these past couple months once I started learning more about his game. But really, keep an eye on Justin Barron because he's a guy that you can expect a huge splash from as long as he can stay healthy. Next up at number 3, we have former first-round pick from 2018, one of my favorite prospects in this prospect pool again, and that is Martin Kaut. If you don't know, Martin Kaut drafted in the first round, 16th overall, I believe. The 6'2", 180-pound right winger has some great potential and just has been a little bit slower when it comes to his development over other guys that were around him in the 2018 draft, but nonetheless, a lot of promise still. In the AHL this past year, in 34 games played, he had 5 goals, 13 assists for 18 points, and he also had 3 points in 9 NHL games this past year in his NHL debut, so not bad. And then the year prior, in the 18-19 season, he had 63 games played, 12 goals, 14 assists for 26 points. So really not bad numbers for your first year in the AHL, and definitely made huge strides this past year with 18 points in 34 games. Playing this year, though, in the 2020-2021 season, both the Czech League and the SHL. In Czech, he had 1 point in 4 games thus far, and then the SHL, he's 4 points in 4 games playing for Modo. So really awesome numbers for a guy like Kaut as he's currently playing in Europe. Will come back to North America sooner rather than later if he didn't already, and is a guy that's going to be pushing to make a roster spot for the Avs next season in that bottom 6. No doubt in my mind. It won't be easy, but he will definitely be pushing there. He will be a guy that will be a quick call-up if he does say start out next season in the AHL still, but Martin Kaut, a great overall winner. Nothing too flashy about his game, but he's balanced. He has size to his game as well, can help you 5-on-5 and on the power play. A strong shot, but really more known for his playmaking, if you ask me. He has struggled to find that goal-scoring touch at times, but he is showing some good promise thus far in the 2020-2021 season. So Martin Kaut, a lot of potential behind him. Definitely has top 6, if not top 9, upside in the NHL one day, and should be a pivotal part to the Avalanche over these next couple years. Next up, at number 2, we have a guy that probably almost all of you are going to argue he deserves to be number 1. And I understand that argument, but I'm planting my foot down with how I did my overall rankings for the top 20 NHL prospects the league has to offer currently. Check out that video if you haven't. I really had fun doing that, but I didn't have Bowen Byram ahead of a certain individual. I wonder who that could be. But Byram, still, they're really neck and neck, but I have him here at 2, and I hope you understand my argument, though. Bowen Byram, one of the most coveted young prospects in the NHL today, and was surely a top 5 prospect in the entire NHL, arguably, until this past 2020 NHL draft class. Byram, if you don't know him, he's a fantastic overall defenseman. The left-handed defenseman, he's 19 years of age, 6'1", 192 pounds, strapped in the first round, and in the WHL this past season, in 50 games played, 14 goals, 38 assists for 52 points. Awesome numbers as an offensive defenseman. The year prior, he had 71 points in 67 games, including 26 goals, 45 assists. Fantastic. But when it comes to Byram, we all know him. He's so explosive as an offensively minded defenseman, can use his skating to his advantage to the offensive zone. He will definitely be commanding that power play as the power play quarterback. He has a lethal shot, truly a fantastic shot from the blue line that has so much power than one would expect, and he's so accurate as well. His playmaking is fantastic. He's so nimble. He's so deceptive with how he moves the puck, truly in that offensive zone, and his transition game has made major strides over this past season, which is why he's even that more coveted. Byram, he signed his ELC. He very well could crack the roster for the Avalanche next season if he blows them away in camp, kind of like how Makar did the year before, but still, Byram, I expect to get some time in the AHL, some time in the AHL, unless, as I mentioned, he truly blows them away in camp. So time will tell, but he has a huge future with the Avalanche as a top 4 defenseman. No doubt in my mind. Him, Cale, Makar, it doesn't get much better than that. Another explosive guy on the opposite side of Makar as well. It's just going to balance things out incredibly well, and is a guy that you need to keep an eye on, because Byram, he has everything it takes to be an offensive dynamo on that defense for the Avalanche and in the entire NHL. Do not be surprised if Byram is in fact an NHL regular next season, that he makes his best case to be a Calder winner, like his guy in Cale Makar. And at number 1, we have my favorite prospect out of this entire prospect pool, and is number 1, and I'm trying to say that unbiasedly, and that is Alex Newhook. Now again, these guys are really neck and neck between Newhook and Byram as to who is better, who is more deserving to be number 1, and really varying on who you talk to. You're probably picking Byram more often than not than Newhook. But Newhook, he's been fantastic. I don't care that he hasn't signed his ELC yet. I think he's going to make the jump to the NHL level and have an amazing splash whenever that is going to be. I think he's going to play one more year at Boston College, I should say, and then go from there. But if you guys don't know him, Newhook, the 19-year-old, 5'11", 195 pounds, drafted in the first round back in 2019, and what a fantastic impact he had in his first year of college hockey playing for BC. The best, if not one of the best players in all of college this past season. In 34 games played, had a whopping 19 goals, 23 assists for 42 points. Almost 10 points over a point per game. In the BCHL, which is the British Columbia Hockey League, the year prior, going into his draft year, he had 53 games played. He had 38 goals, 64 assists for 102 points. Now, he's an interesting story. I won't touch on him much, but do your research on a guy like Alex Newhook and the journey he has had in his young hockey career, and really what his family has done to help him hit the NHL level, which is going to be sooner rather than later. Alex Newhook, he's so explosive. He's the most dynamic guy in this prospect pool in my mind. Is easily one of the best prospects in the entire NHL already. He was so dynamic in his first year in Boston College, and I expect him to be even better next season, and you should too. Keep an eye on him. His playmaking ability, his shot is ridiculous. His just overall hockey IQ and vision is truly on another level than the average players he's been going up against thus far in his hockey career. He's developed fantastically, and it isn't stopping anytime soon. This guy has top 6 potential, top line potential evenly, given his age. I don't think that is going to stop him by any means. And I mean his size, not his age. I apologize. But seriously, Alex Newhook, what a story he is. Such a phenomenal player to watch, and I fully expect him to have a significant part in this Avalanche roster over these next 5 years. But that's going to conclude this video, guys. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree with my list, my top 10? If you do, if you don't, that's fine. Make sure to let me know in the comments. I love having these conversations. They're great. I love breaking down prospect pools, and I hope you guys have been enjoying this kind of content. If you do, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Tell all your friends, share the video, all that great stuff. We really got to get some exposure out here because things have just been so dead the past month and a half with nothing currently going on in the NHL. So if you guys could hit those buttons, hit that notification bell, it would really mean a lot to me. Let's get a 3K subscribe subscribers. I know we will sooner rather than later because you guys are all great. But make sure to check out previous videos if you haven't. I'll have it in the end screen in just a second. Thank you all so much, guys. Expect more videos going forward regarding prospect pools. Which one do you think I'll be covering next? I don't know. You got to check out my community tab to get an idea as to which ones are going to be following suit. But thanks so much, guys. It means a ton. Check out previous videos. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you again real soon.